is now the prohibitive favorite to win MVP. Think about this. You'd have to bet $1,000 on Lamar just to win $5. It's starting to feel like Lamar will win the MVP vote unanimously. That would be 2 unanimous MVPs for Lamar, a first in NFL history. Now, Richard has made a very strong case and a good case for Christian McCaffrey's MVP, and then a second case as McCaffrey and Lamar sharing the award. But right now, C-Mac is 5th in the odds at 50-1, meaning if you bet 1,000 on C-Mac, you would win 50,000. So maybe, Richard, you should just put a couple of bucks down on C-Mac just for the heck of it.
I might have to hit a few people in Vegas real quick.
Well, okay.
You want him to split it?
Yeah. Well,
so he wants to go back to McNair and Peyton. Was that who it was?
Peyton.
No. Was it McNair and Peyton?
Yeah, it was McNair and Peyton.
Yeah. All right. So, Keyshawn, first up, do you see Lamar winning unanimously?
Well, yeah, I do. I honestly do. Hey, look, man, everybody's going to say he doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have numbers. The league is down, man. Okay? Think about it. The NFL offense is in 2023, the lowest scoring season since 2017. Fewest yards per game since 2008 across the league. So it ain't just Lamar. It's everybody that got skill positions, that touch the football, all of those sort of things. Yeah, you got some guys that catch the ball with numbers a little bit higher based on 17 games or so. But at this quarterback position, offenses, the numbers are just down. I mean, that's the reality of it. But when you look at never mind the games before the last two. The last 2 games, the 49ers and the Dolphins. And you look at Lamar Jackson, and you look at what he was able to do when the football was in his hands, when his defense did their jobs to get him the football back, and then he capitalized in scoring points or pushing the ball down the field, just doing some amazing things from an eyeball standpoint. When you talk about MVP, as long as I remember, that's most valuable player, okay? That's what it means. And when I look at other quarterbacks, because it is a quarterback award, but you can throw Tyreek Hill in there and Christian McCaffrey in there if you choose to do so. When you look at 3 guys that come to mind for me, Josh Allen. If I took Josh Allen away from the Buffalo Bills, I don't know what that's going to look like. If I took Patrick Mahomes away from the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. If I took Lamar Jackson away from the Baltimore Ravens, and in the past I've seen them with him and without him. And if I took him away from them, that's not a very good team. They'll win some games. But I've seen the 49ers with multiple backs in Shanahan's system over the years not maybe do the same things that Christian McCaffrey is doing, but getting enough out of that position to make strong runs and get to Super Bowls and playoff games, things like that. It's nothing against Christian McCaffrey. It's nothing at all. I think he deserves it, but he has Lamar in front of him. And Lamar's just lights out. Man, dude threw for 5. I was going to call Richard the other day when he threw for the 5 touchdowns. I didn't even want to waste my minutes. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to waste it. I just didn't want to waste it because if anybody is looking at this and saying that he doesn't deserve the MVP, then I don't know what they watch.
Then they're just not participating in recency bias. Because if I'm tired of reiterating the same points because we've already had this talk already.
We have.
Between the months of September and November, how many touchdown passes do you think he had, Key? Your MVP.
Between the months of, what did you say, September and November?
The months of September and November combined, how many touchdown passes would you assume he had? They played 7 games.
I would assume he probably had 9.
He had 6.
Okay, 6.
He had 6 in the month of September and November. He had 5 in this game.
Okay.
But he had 6 in the months of November and September.
But what else did he do?
To your point, what else did he do? I'm trying to figure that out because if you're talking about quarterbacks that won the award, they usually lead the league in some category. They're usually top 5 in some category. And I'm tired of reiterating the same point over and over because apparently it's a quarterback award and it's what have you done for me lately, which is fine. Okay, give them the award. But what I don't understand is it's just a quarterback award because now the Offensive Player of the Year award is Christian McCaffrey is somehow the favorite to win that award. And so how's he the favorite and Lamar 5th in the odds for Offensive Player of the Year? But MVP he's runaway MVP unanimously. It just doesn't compute in my brain. But apparently, you just got to play quarterback and you got to be playing hot at the right time, which is what it is. But again, to the point, everybody's not down. I mean, Dak Prescott's leading the league with 32 touchdown passes. That's not down. He has a ton of yards. There's quarterbacks that have thrown for 4,300 yards. That's not down. That's right on par with what quarterbacks have done. It's just one person who doesn't have the numbers that you're looking for him to have to really make this point. What it is. I'm listening. I'm listening, Keith, but the numbers just aren't there.
I'm giving you the facts, man. The numbers are down. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. Yes. Dak Prescott may have great numbers. And there's other quarterbacks that may have great numbers. But as a whole, all 32 teams with offenses, those numbers on an average is down. So you're going to have some people. You're going to have some people with higher numbers than others. And then when you talk about what has he done, the dude is 13-3, 29 touchdowns, 281 in total yards in the air, yards per game now, not including his running, not including the leadership.
That's not a lot.
They got the best record and the number 1 seed, and that doesn't mean anything.
So what I'm telling you, that's the team award. Their defense leads the league in turnovers, sacks, scoring.
But that's part of it.
Again, but you're sitting there telling me it's just his award. I'm talking about his stats individually. I'm not talking about a team encompassing a whole defense and a whole offense. I'm talking about him. And what you're talking about, I'm talking about there's 13 players in the National Football League that have more passing yards. There are 9 players with more passing touchdowns. That's what I'm saying.
That is
usually
true.
When you're I know it's true.
That part of it is true. That part of it is true. There are players with different type of numbers than him. But if you sitting here looking at me and Skip and saying that he is not the most valuable player on any team in the National Football League, Richard, come on, man.
You just told me Patrick Mahomes, if you take Patrick Mahomes away from the Chiefs, they're all right. But if you take him away from Baltimore, they're a bad team.
Okay,
that's not even
I would never say that Patrick Mahomes, if you took him away, that they're okay. They're a bad team.
Okay, we got it. I will say this. Richard obviously is a very smart man when it comes to football, and a lot of voters do watch this show, and he might persuade 1 or 2 of those voters to vote for somebody else, such as Christian McCaffrey.
I guarantee you that ain't gonna happen.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. And finally,
if you win unanimous. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm the wrong one to ask because I predicted the Ravens going to win the Super Bowl before the season started, and I predicted they are going to do this because Lamar will be the MVP this year. So I'm way ahead. So I'm disqualified from this.
Dude, getting the MVP. I don't care how he get it. He get it.
I'm just going to say this. If we do it like this, then every year, whoever's on the number 1 seed with the best record in the league, whoever's playing quarterback for that team deserves the award, regardless of what their stats are, regardless of what their numbers are, because you're the quarterback for the team with the best record. So that's the criteria now for the MVP of the league. I got you. I'm good.
Okay, up next, we have Young Money joining us once again to debate whether
about no Cowboys, man.
The Dallas Cowboys are back in business, back in the saddle. Here we go.
Yellow.